Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to start writing our keylogger. You can just pick off from where we left off in the previous tutorial. It's not that complicated. We have our project keylogger. Just go ahead and click on File, New, Empty File. Yes. Name it main.cpp and click on Save. Okay, click on OK here. Zoom it in. And we can begin by including some of the header files which we're going to need. But we don't need to include everything straight away because there are some things that we can include here that are not yet formed. So we still didn't write a lot of the headers. We didn't write any headers, custom headers for ourselves. So let's just go one problem at a time. The very first problem that you will encounter when writing this sort of a program is that you will have a console window that pops out when you actually open up an application. So we don't want that. We don't want any windows to pop out. That is very, very, very bad because that is very noticeable. So let me show you how you can bypass that. It's, again, not that complicated. There's a very dirty trick to it. We'll just include IOStream. And let's just using namespace std. Yep, that'll be fine. And let's go ahead and create our main function. So if I just type in cout, and if I want to print out, hey there, return 0, and if I compile it, you can build and compile with F9. Yeah, right. I am the genius, as usual. Do you see the problem? You have a console window. In code blocks, by default, this hangs, but if you compile it from the terminal window from the CMD in Windows, I don't think that you would have this terminal at all. But in any case, it doesn't matter whether it pops and it closes or whether it pops and it stays. Either way, there is a window, and we don't want that window to be there. It's very annoying. It's not something that we want, need, or that is useful to us in any way or manner. So the very next thing that we need to do is go ahead and include windows.h. Include windows.h. And that's going to be there. And we shall delete this. You see, it doesn't matter even if it is return 0. If I just run it, I am still going to get the window here. It doesn't matter that it doesn't need to print anything out into the screen. The window will still be there, and that is something that is very painful to us. So let's go ahead and do this. Type in MSG. This is a message that is to be processed, but it will never be processed, so to say, in a matter of speaking. Let's put it that way. Don't hold me to my word here. And now we're going to jump into the loop, pretty much an infinite loop. And type in get message, and need to switch these keyboards so badly. There we go. So MSG. This is a function that we're using, and now we are passing various parameters to that particular function. So null. And then we're gonna do 0, 0. I'll explain the parameters and all that. Just let me go ahead and finish with this. Translate message. Again, we're going to pass a reference. Where is it? Okay, there. SG. We're saving a bit of memory with this. So this is, okay, there we go. MSG. Okay, so let's try this. I'm guessing like 99% chance that there'll be an error somewhere because I'm talking and writing. Yep, there is an error somewhere. Okay, so there seems to be an extra one. This one, yep, there is an extra one. And there is yet another extra one. Wow, I am really bad at this. Is it running? Yep, it is running. And you can see that there is a console window, right? So, but keep in mind that we are running this from code blocks. So there is another way. Okay, so with this, basically, with this and this loop, we have managed to solve the console problem. And I'll show you that there is no console for real. I've actually went out of the full screen mode. So you might notice a cut in the video. That's primarily because I made an idiotic mistake and have not passed the proper flags to the compiler during the compile time. Why? Well, I don't know, because I'm stupid or something. But anyway, I'll explain what all of this means, but in order for all of this to in order for this part to function, we will actually need to go into settings, compiler. Wait for it, it opened it up. So the letters are a little bit small, but you see here it says have G++ follow the C++ 11 ISO language standard, please toggle that. I don't think that we need that actually right away, but we are going to need it in the future. And here, this is something that we will need to actually create. So I think we can actually go ahead and delete it. New flag, modified delete flag. And then we are going to just go ahead and right click and say new flag. Click anywhere here on the screen and just go ahead and click on new flag, and we're gonna name it somehow. I don't know. I shall name it Windows API. I don't really care. Compiler flag will be -m Windows. I know that the letters are a little bit small, but I'm sure that you can see them. And down below, we also have to do -m Windows. So that is going to solve our problems. Click on OK, and don't be a genius like me and not toggle it here. So just click here, and that's going to save you a lot of problems. Click on OK, and that's it. So what is going on here? What have we done here? We've basically stated we have placed the get message into the while loop, where this program takes some sort of a message from us, namely here, this is the address of that message. And the other three variables, well, you can just look this function up on the net. The Windows has it very well documented, but I'm just explaining the parts that are relevant to us. So as you can see, these parameters are null, 0, 0, so they don't really matter that much for us now at present. Anyway, down below, you have translate message. Now, translate message will take a message from our program that is intended for a certain window, for any window within Windows that we specified, and then it will modify that particular message with the MSG. So I don't know, we pass some sort of a command, and that is passed then passed to that particular window. So this up here, that's what happens up here. But down below, this needs to translate that particular message that we've sent to the system. And then down below, we have dispatch message, which forwards that particular message to the system. And that's how it happens. And it's basically below, we just have return 0. But this message that we are expecting to get, that we are expecting to translate and forward, is never going to happen. So it's just not going to happen. And in such a way, in a very dirty manner, you can create a hybrid form of a Win32 and a console application with C++, whereby it will actually run as a console application, but it will not actually have a window or console or something like that. It's very strange, and a very strange way of doing these things we're going about. But here, let me just press F9. And the window shows in code blocks, but this is just because it's being compiled in code blocks. That's how code blocks works. But after pressing F9 and after having gotten this, you go into your project folder, and mine is in documents. It's called keylogger. You click on the keylogger, you go into the binary, you go into the debug, and you double click. And this is the exe file of the keylogger. It's the debug version, so this is still not the final product. We'll have the release later on. But if I just double click on this program like this, you see, nothing happens. Have you seen it? You haven't, because nothing happened. If I just double click on it again, nothing. Again, nothing. So remember, I have clicked on it 3 times. And if I go into task, I hate this. I don't want to try Cortana, thank you. Not interested. I'm sure. Please stop bothering me. Oh my god, the pictures though. What is the name? Task Manager. Okay, so the Task Manager will definitely show these things. Processes. Let's have a look under code blocks. Let's see if we know. Let's go to details. There's a lot of things. Sort them by name, and your project name is Keylogger. And there you go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, I actually have 4 of them running. So let's go ahead and kill them. By the way, check out how much memory they're spending. 440 kilobytes, which is nothing. Now this will increase, but it won't increase by a lot. So I think we'll go to 1.2 or up to 2, something like that. But it won't be a lot. It won't be a lot in any case. How would you kill them? We'll just click on them. Either click on end task, end process, or you can just delete end process, select, press the delete button, press enter, and again press the delete button, press enter, and that will pretty much kill these processes. I would suggest keeping the task manager open, because we will need to basically start this and then kill it later on, because we don't want to have 100 of these things running about for no particular reason. I mean, even if you had 100 of them, I don't think that it would consume that much of your RAM. That's how efficient the program will be. Anyway, so this is the first step. The first step was masking our keylogger to an extent so that when it starts, the user does not see it, does not notice it at all. There are no prompts, there are no windows, nothing like that. I'm going to cut the tutorial here, and then we're going to go into a follow-up where we shall continue.